All right, everybody, welcome back to Vault Hunters third edition. This is season 1, episode 3. And the last time we left off, we had just finished a vault. And now we're going to go ahead and go through the loot that I received and a couple other things that I did off stream. I talked about it in my previous video. I kind of hollowed out the inside of this castle that we're using as our base. I set up a small villager trading area over here. Some of these villagers will have trades for things that can be in the altar. They saddle apples, glass sometimes. So they come in handy every now and again. I think one of these two guys may have a bell, and then that can show up in the altar. So let's start off by going through what we had our loot. So we got some of this away real quick, actually. Probably the better option. Okay, so this is all that we had out of our first our run. We did get an elixir crate because we completed, and we pretty much got some very basic stuff, some Larimar and Beniatite, which are going to be important for crafting some of the modded packs that we'll be researching into. The knowledge essence is actually for said research. Each 9 of these becomes a knowledge shard, and then you need 8 shards surrounded with a knowledge core, which we'll get into how to make a little later. I don't even have enough. You need 16 Beniatite in order to do that, and then again 8 knowledge essences, so that'd be 72, and I only have 6. So we didn't get a whole lot. You know, it was our first vault, to be expected. Just kind of getting into things. But let's go ahead and pop our crate and see what we got in there. They shift right click to open it up, and it looks like we got some gear. I see a wand, some boots, a couple gems, jewels rather, just some plain gold, and an augment, which will be something later you can apply it to your crystal to make the vault a specific theme. So whenever you run a vault, you have a chance of getting an augment from that completion crate, which will allow you to run that theme of a vault again. There's some different ones like there's a pirate theme, I believe, at some point. And then there's an ice theme, a nether theme, and some of the themes actually have special kind of bonuses. I think the blood moon or blood theme or something like that, you can get more echo gems. I think is what it's in those ones, but I do not remember, to be completely honest, what that exactly is. So let's go ahead and get our vault put into some chests. And as I said in a previous episode, I'm going to use a different visual for vanilla gear and then vault gear. So for these ones, I'm just going to go ahead and use Acacia because I have on hand. Make myself a double chest. And we'll go ahead and put our stuff in there. After we do this, we will roll this gear up, see what we got, if we got any upgrades, which we probably will, because I don't think we have any boots yet. I typically don't much care for axes, but I do know we don't have a helmet either. I'm just going to go ahead and put everything away for now, and then we will look into our quest book to see what we can get completed before our next vault. We should be able to make the bounty table now, and possibly the tool station. Kind of looks like it's about to be night soon, but it's not quite there. Peculiar. Okay, so let's go ahead and open our quest book, and if for a reminder, that's going to be the right bracket key. Open it up. We're going to look into crafting a bounty table. And go ahead and look and see what we need. Let's go ahead and roll this gear also. Okay, so we're going to need some chromatic iron, 2 vault essences, and a loom. I do believe I took a loom over there, so I'm going to have to go to grab another one out of the house that's back over yonder. I need these, which can go in here now that we have specific vault loot. 2 of these, we'll just take these and go grab that loom. Oh man, an elephant. This is a mod pack thing, they're real cool. I don't know if you can actually do anything with them. You can catch them if you really want to. This guy has. Actually, I'm gonna buy some of this stuff. Specifically the coral block and the sea pickle, so we can grow those, and we don't have to go looking for them later when they come up in the altar. I'm just gonna take what emeralds I have here. And this is also kind of why I set up these traders, so you never know what a wandering trader has. Sometimes they can actually be valuable in this mod pack. Like, I haven't found carrots yet, so you never know. I'll probably end up just getting those from the zombie. Okay. I have to do some trades. What do I have that I can trade with these guys here? I set them up, but I didn't really don't really have a lot of materials that I can use to trade with them. There's some coal, not a lot of iron. We might be doing some resource gathering today. Don't have any more there. Oh, and let's just put our gear on because it's definitely better. Okay, so the attack, the sword came out better. It's got higher attack damage, the same weather damage, more attack speed, and it also has a suffix of healing cloud. And that means when we strike enemies, we have a chance to drop a cloud on the ground that will actually heal us so long as we stand in it, which is very useful for being inside the vault since we cannot heal. Alright. I get distracted very easily, I apologize. I think the looms were in this one over here. And I also did some cleaning up around the town, maybe you may notice. I took down some of the trees that were really close to the buildings, put up some torches and some lanterns. I ran out of lanterns. I kind of just repurposed the ones that were in the portion of the tower that we did tear down. Okay, grab that. And then go ahead and make our bounty table. Bounty pearls go in the bounty table, kind of a little self-explanatory, but not entirely. It allows you to re-roll the bounty that you have. Say if you find something that you can't quite do yet, like this one is actually really good, and I'm going to go ahead and take this one. You'll see it asks for 83 polished vault stone. So I'm going to activate that. I have 64 here. I started smelting some earlier. Another 5 there, and I'm probably going to have to go ahead and smelt up another stack. Because I also need this for, wrong furnace. I also need this for crafting some animal pens and some animal jars. What that will allow us to do, it's like a 1-block solution for farming husbandry, whatever. So we can get cows, pigs, sheep, frogs, bees, rabbits, and then you can actually breed them inside the animal pens. Um, this just makes it a lot simpler, easier to manage. Another reason why this bounty is good is it has lots of emerald money. I need some, and we'll also need these netherite for some of the workstations specific to the Vault Hunters. The tool station, I believe, is one of them. So now it's asking us to complete a bounty, which is why we went ahead and took the post vault stone, and you'll see just click on the table, real simple, and it will kind of record your process. So we need another 14 more, and we'll be set with that. So while we're waiting on this stone to cook, we will go ahead and look at our next quest, which is to create a tool selection. Okay, looks like we'll need ourselves a crafting table, some driftwood, and some more chromatic iron, which we are actually kind of running out of. We're going to have to do some resource gathering for sure today. So some driftwood, chromatic iron, and then I'm going to need a crafting table. Okay. I put that down. Collect our reward, which is 2 gemstones. The next request is Vault Tools. So this is what we just made, the tool station. And in here you can provide certain items. In the instance of the first pick, chromatic iron, driftwood, and vault bronze. And then later tiers will open up as you get higher and you can make better tools. And now the tools themselves don't get any better per se, but what the tools have is a capacity, and you can put the gems on the tools up to a certain capacity. So you see this one is a 25 size. So if the capacity is 100, you could fit 4 of these gems on it. You could fit 3 of those if, plus or minus. And basically the idea is to get these gems and you can make a moderately customizable tool. You'll see there are different what's the word? They have like living or affinity. Will give you the ability to break those chests without opening them, and that makes looting a lot faster. So let's go ahead and make our first tool. We'll take some bronze. We have the driftwood here, and then the chromatic iron here. Here we have our first tool. Okay, we'll go ahead and complete that, and what we get for that is the ornate, gilded, living, and coin affinity gems. You can fit these 4 on that tool if you like, but that'll run its capacity out. So that's what our next quest is going to be. We need the table. Each of these is kind of like its own workstation in a sense. The jewel applicator makes applying jewels to tools as simple as ever by providing you the means of easily seeing the outcome of your tool. And then we'll talk about, it's a little, just kind of a description of how it works, but we will go ahead and craft that up and I'll show you how it works. So we need the applicator. And we're going to need driftwood planks, an anvil, crafting table, and fortunately that may be a problem. I have a damaged anvil here, but this recipe requires you to have a full anvil. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look and see if there may be any. I know this was like a smithing type house. You got the forges, nothing there. But I am gonna need another crafting table, so I'll go ahead and steal that one. I'm just gonna go ahead and sleep in the next bed that I see. I don't know if we're gonna get it though. I was really hoping there'd be an anvil sitting around, but it does not look like it. Well, that means basically I'm gonna have to go ahead and farm for some iron, so we'll be doing some resource collection. I am streaming this, so it may be a little boring in the YouTube video. The version afterwards, I will try to figure out how to do a time lapse. Maybe add some music to it. It's on my list of things to learn, and then that'll kind of keep the video time down with the more boring, monotonous tasks. We also talked about our skill points in the last episode, and we had 6 when I ended the video. I have 4 now. I took 2 levels in Vein Miner. I think it's one of the most useful abilities in the mod pack. It just makes your life so much easier when you're out collecting resources. Currently, we can farm 16 blocks at a time instead of 1. And this goes all the way up to 64. I don't like to put too many points in it right away because there are, functionally more important things. We're going to go ahead and take dash. And what this allows us to do is simply kind of do a little jump. And the more levels you put in it, the farther you can go. And you can combine that with an elytra so that you don't have to use rockets to fly around. And then I think with my last 3, to make things a little easier for myself, I'm going to learn 2 levels in haste, which is the same effect as the beacon. So that will give us 40% increased mining speed. And then for the final, you need 2, which is why I don't take 3 right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and put 1 point in strength. That will simply increase our base damage by 3 for each level. Makes it a little easier to kill the mobs inside of the vault. So, see, we have 25.9 damage. I wish I had looked at it prior to that, but it should be like 22.9 or whatever. It just gives you that 3-point increase. And then we have 1 expertise point left. Now, expertise points are a little more limited. You'll end up getting 100 ability points, but you'll only get 20 expertise points over the course of the game. So it's kind of important to pick and choose what you want. We'll go over these. Infuser gives you a chance not to apply a negative modifier to a crystal. That's not really something we need to worry about right now. Same with the Crystalmancer. Gives you extra capacity. We'll learn about that when we get to level 20. Trinketer, we'll get trinkets. There's a red and a blue. One is, I believe, an active ability, and then the other is like an enhancement or something like that. I can't remember how Iskall described it. We'll talk about all these at some point. This gives you the chance to have legendary modifier, and what that is these gems that have these little stars on them are actually legendary. So you see this one is 489, and then this one is 651. So you can just see like the base level is higher than the high end on a normal jewel. But this also applies to equipment. We could have had legendary dweller damage, and maybe it would have been like 15% or something like that, or legendary attack damage, and it could have been like, again, like 14, 15 or whatever. Now, the higher you get, the I guess you could call it the static range changes from low to high end. Like it kind of gets a little bit bigger as you go on. It seems to me, I mean, I could be wrong, but it's how it seems. So, back to what we were doing. There's Unbreakable, just adds extra durability to your equipment, essentially. Later on, we will find these rooms that are referred to as vendors, kind of a pun on the word vendor. And inside there are items that you can buy using your vault gold, and this just simply reduces the amount of gold that you have to spend. Now, Jeweler, this is where I almost always put my first point it allows you to cut the gems. So what that means is we have size 25 right here, and we can cut the gem. And what that will do for us is take anywhere between 1 and 4 size off of the gem. So you can see if you have multiple gems and you cut them multiple times, you can fit more gems on each tool. That's where the capacity comes into play, the 100 capacity. Um, it's just kind of like a min-max thing, so you can get the most out of your jewels and tools. Then there is Fortunate, which simply just gives you would be Fortune 4 and 5 if you have Fortune 3 on your weapon already, or tool. Gain the amount of vanilla experience. The Lucky Altar gives you a chance to roll a Lucky Altar, which makes your crystal completely free, so you don't have to give it any seeds or sticks or iron or anything like that. Bounty Hunter reduces the bounty wait period and the abandon period, and then at the 3rd level, 2 active bounties. And the Black Market simply allows you to re-roll the offers that the Black Market is presenting you up to 3 times. I am going to take Fortunate first this time around, simply because I know I cannot make the jewel cutting station yet, and it's going to be a little while. So hopefully by the time we get 20, I'll have everything that I need for that. So I'll get 3 more points by then. I'll probably put the next one into Fortunate and then max out jewel cutting before I go any further. Let's go ahead and make the applicator. So we're going to need the driftwood, 6 of those. And we are going to need to go farm here, and we simply do not have any. And I have not made an iron farm yet. So go ahead and put away the stuff that's not going to do anything for us right now. I'm going to keep that for now, so I simply don't have this enchanted and I don't have enough emeralds to do so. Oh yeah, kind of forgot about that. So we'll go ahead and take this out, turn the rest of it in. We'll click on the bounty table. Shows that we have 83 of 83 submitted. And we go ahead and claim our reward. Put our crate down, and then the reward is in the crate. And I'm still going to just use my normal diamond pickaxe because we can have mending on that, whereas you cannot add mending to the chromatic iron pick. You'll see in the center there, where it says under main hand, it has an amount of repairs. You can repair this pick 1 time before it essentially breaks and you can't use it anymore. And you do that by using a repair core, which you can find or craft using these materials. No, we don't have any vaulterite or anything yet, so these are a little later. My first few picks are pretty like just I don't want to say throwaway, but kind of really just use them until they're done, and I don't put any really solid jewels on any of them. The jewels get better as you go, so it does kind of equals out. If you hold on to them, they're not going to be as good because the gems you're going to get later are going to be significantly better than the ones now. So it's kind of almost pointless to save them. And we'll get into that. There's a way to recycle these and the vault here that you choose not to use. And then when you recycle them, you'll get some bits back that you can combine. You can either make new jewels, make new armor, um, some tools too, because there's a point where you need Vaulterite ingots for the picks. So I don't think there's anything else that I need right at this moment. I'm gonna trade with this elephant guy before he decides to go away or get killed, so I can get the coral and then the pickles. Check food, water, potion. Should take some sticks. And a lot of this is the material that I got from tearing down this. There was that house that was here and then a little stairway over here. Go ahead and sleep. And before I go, I'm actually going to put a few more torches in here just to make sure that. Make sure I've got a couple lanterns left, which is fine. I kind of want to put one in the middle just to be certain that I don't want anything to spawn in here and hit my dudes. Normal zombies can't reach them, but a baby zombie could jump up in there and smack them. Okay, so it is time to go ahead and find a cave. I'm kind of a dig straight down kind of guy, but we could do that. Go to the nether, get some soul sand. Let's just take a look around for a surface cave real quick though. I want to grab my coal. I have a whole stack of it somewhere. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and make a stack of torches. And we can get moving. So it'd probably be better to go inland for a cave. I like the moss carpet. You can cover up light sources in the ground with it, and the light will go through it, so it looks more like just normal grass. Kind of just a little brick, if you will, you want to call it that. I'm not seeing any caves. I could see a ravine or something. Looks like maybe something over there, but that's kind of far away. I don't want to go too far. It just makes it a way to get back. Alright, so maybe what I do is just make myself a staircase for now. I'm just going to go ahead and make it right over here. Okay, so we can start things off because we know we need the anvil. I'll take this one. The chromatic steel ingots are very valuable early game. I mean, really all game. I think I've been up to level 50 and it's been a bottleneck for me. Like, I just did not have enough of that semi-basic material. Let's put some stuff away here. Oh, yeah. Nuggets don't turn into that. Eventually, I will smoke this stuff. Right now, I don't need gold. Oh. That's Then we have our sack. Right now, I'm just going to put it right there. It's only got that in it. And while we're waiting for our iron to smelt, I'm going to go over here. Made a little farm. Sugar cane. It's only one, but it is a start. Okay, so we could make our first anvil. We need 3 of those. Like so, like so, like so. Then we need this. These. So remember, we'll be making a jewel applicator. So I need the crafting table and a gemstone. I know I have a table. There it is. Okay, all that for one fancy little table. Go ahead and open our quest windows. We finished the bounties. I forgot about that one. It's going to give us 32 chromatic iron, jewels on tools. We made the jewel applicator. Now I'm going to show you how that works with our gems. So you put your tool in here, the jewel applicator, and it's going to give you the stats of the tool over here as it is right now. Capacity 100, 9 mining speed, 4096 durability, and it says plus picking. It's a pick. Now in this mod pack, you can actually get gems that will give you axing and shoveling and hammering also, which allows you to kind of change your tool into a paxel if you're familiar with other modded Minecraft, and it literally functions as pick, axe, and shovel all in one tool. It's very convenient. So for what we have right now, I'm just going to go ahead and put these 4 gems on this tool, and that will give us the living, ornate, gilded, and coin affinity. And you can see it's reflected here in the 0 capacity because we have 4 25 size gems, which equals our 100 capacity. Finalize it by clicking the little anvil icon thingy. Going to get our emeralds out. And we auto-completed the expertise point because we're already over level 5. We talked about them. When we get 20 of them, they're powerful buffs to a player. And it gives us a gold. I see with that, we opened up 4 more quests. Forging gear, acquire a vault forge, which I may be able to do right now. See what our recipe is. So we need 5 of the chromatic steel, 1 of the netherite, 2 vault essence. I only have 4 of those though. Do you have some of those ingots? We can complete our quests. So there's an interesting mechanic in the game. You can eat burgers as a way to gain additional vault experience. So it's asking us to craft a plain burger. And that's just a bun and a burger patty. Once we complete that, they'll gift us 10 more delicious burgers. And then you see where we are above our hunger right now. We are level 6 with just about 3 bubbles to go to get to level 7. And eating a single burger will give us some experience. And if you hold shift, you can eat the whole stack at once. And that gave us up to level 7. So we have an additional skill point. Our next goal is going to be to reach level 10. Make this forge. Very small. We will need a blast furnace for this, and I know there's one more over here I can steal. I already stole one of them. Hello? Thank you. And we are going to have to go back into another vault before we can make the forge. I do not have enough of the chromatic steel ingots. So for now, we're just going to put that away. We will enchant our new pick. And again, as I said earlier, we cannot put mending on these. It has the repairs. So we're only going to go with efficiency, fortune, and unbreaking. Make sure my pouch is empty. No, it is not. And then we don't have a lot of emeralds left, but I want to get feather falling and depth strider, please. And we can do unbreaking as well. That'll just help us take reduced fall damage. Just feather falling's primary ability. If you're new to Minecraft, it simply reduces the amount of damage that you take while falling. Okay, and I crafted this vault crystal between episodes just for my thumbnail for my last one, so I already have a portal open. So let's go ahead and spend our skill point. I'm going to put an additional point into strength, just bump up our damage just a little bit more than it is now. Put away my emeralds. Far back. I take some food of some sort. A couple breads. And we'll go ahead into the vault. Now you can hit tab to bring up your bounty window over there on the left. So we need 2 black opal ores. So we're going to focus on trying to find an ore room and then just gathering elixir and whatever else we can from chests. Let's get started. Oh, and we are facing east, so west is best to leave this vault. And our very first room is actually a challenge room. This is a village room. And there's going to be a little... some point where we can go down into kind of like catacombs area. Just have to find it. Sometimes it's in the house. I know there's a way that you can tell, like this is a nighttime room and that some people know what that means. I don't remember where the entrances are for each room. But these rooms can be of 4 types. You can get living, gilded, ornate, or coins, I believe. I don't think there's a wooden version of this room. I'm just gonna look around here for the entrance. Sometimes it's a grate on the ground, sometimes... Where's the door for this house? Right here. You go inside and you'll see these. There's bedrock there though, so it's not this one. Go ahead and grab some of the valuables out of these wooden chests. I genuinely feel like I usually spend more time looking for this thing than anything because I just don't know the layout of these rooms here. Is here. And as we go down, you can see the map changes to kind of like a dungeon-esque look. And it's very easy to get lost down here, so we kind of have to be careful. I like to kind of pay attention to where I am on the map. Waypoints by default are disabled in the vault, so I couldn't add a waypoint like I can in the overworld to see where I came from. And now that we have Gilded Affinity on our tools, you can just strike the chest and it will loot as opposed to opening it up. And then there's no chest left behind, so then you don't have to worry about... And you can vein mine chests that are next to each other. It's going to be very satisfying if you have a large grouping of chests. Now, in a challenge room, these spawners don't automatically fizzle. So you have to break them, or they will keep spawning. Kind of the challenge part of it. Okay, now that those are taken care of, we can get our loot. And eventually we'll get a magnet that will bring all these items to us automatically. I do believe we get that quest after we can make our Vault Forge, but since we weren't able to make the Vault Forge yet. Okay. Well, this is where some of the customizing comes in for what you want to pick up and what you don't. So on your void settings here, you can set the filter to void this item. So we throw it on the ground and you can see it there. But when I pick it up, it tries to go into my bag, but it's being voided, so it doesn't end up in here. So I like to put all these decorative items in there. You can change them into soul shards. I think just these small ones being a 1 value is just kind of not really worth it. I do keep the sconces just because they're free torches. We can move on. I do notice that we're not getting a lot of elixir from these chests though, so hopefully that's the way back out. Some of the creatures down here, mobs, will give us more of the elixir for our completion. Silverify? Silverify. They're actually killing themselves on my thorns. I believe it was on my shield. Let me see one spawner. Sometimes there's two in this room. That way, that way. Okay, so let's head back. I saw there were some steps. I think this sometimes has as many as 3 layers. This is the main one. That way's out for us. Let's see. There's some stairs here. Getting a lot of jewels, which I enjoy. The first tool is usually pretty generic. I use the 4 gems that they give to you, but eventually I like to have 2 tools. I like to have one for breaking chests and one for mining the vault ores. And that's full. So what we can do... Got a shulker box. Put all the gems in there, because they don't stack. can't believe I hit that thing. I was positive I didn't hit it. I'm gonna get this skeleton head because I'm a nerd. And I think they're fun to sit around. The vaults can be for more than just vault loot. Here, guys, but I don't see them. I don't have a magnet yet, so I'm actually able to just throw some of the stuff out that I picked up that I don't want. I'm gonna keep this just in case I decide to research that later. I'm not sure if I will. I'm actually gonna do out those too. It feels so nice having this first as the first room, but also it is kind of like a double-edged sword. You see, we're 10 minutes in and we barely started to chip into the elixir, really. So I'm actually going to gym, kill a spider, and I'm going to head back and go through the next room because I really want to complete this vault. And if we remembered, when we came in, I said that west was best, so we're going to head east to get to our next room. Okay. Wooden chests aren't giving us very much either. It was so easy in our first vault to complete our elixir. We barely left the very first room, and that's like the kind of the variable for elixir vaults. Sometimes you need more elixir, sometimes you need less elixir, and then each type of mob and chest is assigned a random value. I think when the vault is started. So if you just get unlucky, it can be really hard to finish these. But most people consider them a gimme, like you can almost always complete them. Which is oftentimes the case, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this one time. So I'm actually going to go down and go to the next room because we need those black opals, and I'm concerned that we're not even going to be able to complete. So I think I would rather finish that bounty so I can get more of the chromatic steel, because we really need that to make our next few vault-specific crafting tables. Workbenches, I think, is called, referred to them as. So anytime you see a chest in a room, it's not an ore room. I'll tell you that much. I don't know how to identify them visually. I know I've seen Iskall go into a room and say, "Oh, this is an ore room," before he even sees anything. But he also made the game, so you know. This is an Omega room, actually. Very lucky. It has coins, and they are worth 0 elixir. But I'm still going to collect them because when you die in a vault after level 20, you have to pay to get your body back, depending on what you have on you at the time of death. I really do wish that these were worth elixir. It would have made my life so happy. I actually think that was 0. I don't see any pink, purple coming out of them. Excuse me. No, it's just dash again. We talked about it earlier. It's just really useful for moving around quickly, in and out of water, up and down levels. Well, down, just jump, but you know what I mean, right? I thought if you dug down, there was something fancy here. Yeah, there it is. Like an overturned ship or something. Didn't think I would need aqua affinity, so I didn't put it on. Okay, my inventory is full. Because I'm picking up a bunch of junk. Take a quick minute to sort this out. Need to throw out some items over here that I do not need, or at least do not want. Okay. Coins laying everywhere. I'm really good at this game, I swear. Dash is also for when you get angry at yourself because you can't get out of a hole. I know I haven't gotten everything. I need to start thinking about heading back. I don't think we can go any more east. So we'll go one south and then we'll head west, see if we find any ore real quick. And as we're ticking down on time, I am definitely not going to complete this. The actual vault, but we can still get out. We only lose our stuff if we die, but if you get out, it's considered surviving the vault, but you don't actually win or get any loot. Right now, I'm just checking for more ore rooms before I head back and out. Still trying to get those 2 black opals. There's another regular room. Yeah, we got one. We have 4 minutes left, so let's do the best we can with the time we have left. Turn around. Inventory management makes me sometimes. It's like I panic looking at my screen. I know I need to get rid of stuff, but like, what do I get rid of? Just trying to keep my eye on the time down in that corner. Just really hoping we could get some black opal, but none so far. One. Oh, we must have gotten another one and I didn't see it. Unless it's still counting doubles. Sometimes the bounty table counts doubles. I don't know if they ever figured that out. I remember it was a problem at some point where it was basically giving you times 2 of everything, even though you weren't actually getting it. Okay, so okay, we need to go out of here. We're running out of time, down to 1:40. This is our first room, so we're going to turn left here to go west. West is west. I always have a better time not getting lost if I remember to remind myself that at the beginning of the vault. And before I go back through the portal, I'm going to dump anything else that I got that I don't want. Looks like that's pretty much it, though. Coconut. Okay, then let's get out of here. Okay, so I didn't actually go over the screen the last time that we finished. Yeah, it says survived up there. We didn't complete, so we survived. We still get some experience based on how many chests. Or we mine, that's what the mined blocks are, the treasure rooms, and then the mobs that you kill actually give you, and then you see where it says objective, we got 0 because we did not finish the objective. And then it goes into the breakdowns of what your modifiers were. A chest breakdown, we looted 36 gilded, that was from that first room, 3 wooden, 2 ornate. And then it tells you how many mobs we killed and actually how much experience you earned per mob and how many of those you killed. That is going to be all the video time for today. I am going to try to time lapse the mining thing. We're at an hour and a half now, so that'll be it for today's episode. And like and subscribe. Please join me for the next episode. We'll see you later.